What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back, with another burp, apparently. No, with another movie review. Since it's been a while since I've done the movie reviews, I got a backlog of movies that I need to review to you guys, because y'all always ask me, how many saxophones is this getting in this? I'm going to just consolidate a bunch of different movies in this one video. Spoiler alert, I'm spoiling everything. Spoiler alert. So, I'm spoiling Halloween Kills. I'm spoiling Let There Be Carnage. I'm spoiling No Time to Die. And I'm spoiling The Last Duel. So if you want to see any of these spoil-free, don't watch this video just yet. But just to give you a quick, should you watch this movie or no? I didn't like Venom 2. Halloween was Michael Myers being Michael Myers on the kind of whack end. It was still entertaining, but you know. It was a lot of elements in this movie that was just straight trash. The Last Duel, it's a rough watch, but it was solid. It's just a lot to take in, man. It's a lot to take in. But the fight scenes were solid, the performances were solid. Solid movie. And No Time to Die, the final Daniel Craig James Bond movie. It was entertaining, but highly forgettable. For it to be, you know, Daniel Craig's swan song, nothing really stands out. So, on the quick, I'm giving No Time to Die 3 saxophones out of 5. I'm giving Let There Be Carnage 1.5 saxophones. I really didn't like Let There Be Carnage. Last Duel, I'll give that 3 saxophones out of 5. And I'll give Halloween Kills 3 saxophones out of 5. Now, let me dig into these movies a little bit. I'm going to do a little quicker than normal because I got 4 movies to deal with here. So, let's start with Halloween Kills. Michael Myers is back, right? They build this movie up to be like, yo, we fighting back. We tired of Michael Myers bullshit. We bringing it to him. Evil dies tonight. That was their little mantra. They was like, and in the last Halloween, we know that Jamie Lee Curtis and her family trapped him in that basement. And they set it on fire. He was standing down there in the basement, looking up at them. He couldn't get past the gate. He was just standing there while everything burned around him. He was just standing there taking the burns, honey roasted. He was standing there at 375. He was like, yeah, incinerate me. I'm going to still just stare at you as long as you staring at me. Michael Myers is an idiot. So, cut 2, this movie picks up exactly where they left off. So, Jamie Lee Curtis and her daughter and her granddaughter in the back of the truck. They fleeing the scene, going to the hospital, and she's seeing the fire trucks go to the fire. She's like, no, let it burn. Firemen get there. One of the firemen fall through the floor. He down there with Michael Myers. The other firefighter like, yo, take my hand, let me help you. Trying to help his fireman buddy. Grabs Michael Myers instead. Michael Myers is back up out of the basement, out of the fire. He comes on the porch and dismantles the whole fireman crew. They was weak as hell. The firemen were weak as hell. They didn't put in no work on Michael Myers. So now Michael Myers is back on the streets. Meanwhile, it's the anniversary of a night that Michael Myers terrorized the town of Haddonfield. So you got these kids that were around when Michael Myers was out here, and they were just like, yeah, man, yeah, 40 years ago to the day. You know, I was the kid that Michael Myers walked behind, and then, you know, I was that kid. And then here's another one of the survivors here, the survivor here. And these are some of these people are original cast members from Halloween 2. Halloween 2 and 1, they're back. And then Anthony Michael Hall plays a character that was a kid. I think it was played by Paul Rudd back in the day, but they got Anthony Michael Hall to fill in. So, as they felt like Paul Rudd would have been too distracting in Halloween Kills. So they're very familiar about Michael Myers. And then there was this one cop that was a cop back in the day that had a run-in with Michael Myers and ended up killing his partner because this dude couldn't shoot for shit. Dude had the worst aim of all time with the gun. Watched Michael Myers, you know, choke his boy out, cut his throat, and then walk out of the room. He couldn't even hit him. Close range. Trash. So they ended up catching Michael Myers at the end of that. Anyway, so they carrying that on their heart. They find out Michael Myers is back in the community, so they're like, yo, man, evil dies tonight. They find that this one dude escaped from the crazy house, and they thinking that's Michael Myers. It's some short, stubby, taller, Danny DeVito looking dude that they like, man, evil dies tonight. So everybody looking for Michael Myers. Michael Myers, meanwhile, is walking through the town, killing people one at a time. He pulls up on this old couple, goes in there, takes them out. Just stabbing Cat repeatedly on the kitchen table while the older black lady just watching them. Her throat cut, but she's still alive. It's just like, Michael Myers, man, he a cold piece out here. Meanwhile, these idiots are at the hospital looking for the wrong Michael Myers. Evil dies tonight. They pumping themselves up. They getting fired up. Man, when they finally catch Michael Myers, and they go out in teams. One team, they get dismantled so quick, they can't shoot for shit. They talking all this noise. Michael Myers handily gives them the work. One of them escapes. Michael Myers looking for her. He breathing. He looking. She hiding. She survived. So Michael Myers goes back to the old house that he used to live in, that he had his first kill at, which was bought by a gay couple. That's why you see on social media, Michael Myers is homophobic. Let me tell you something right now. That was the dumbest headline I've ever seen, because Michael Myers was killing everybody. You know what I'm saying? There was diversity in his murders. He killed an old black lady, a young black couple. He killed old, young, fresh, new, gay, straight. He was killing you all. Teens. He killed this one teen. He was going down the steps. The one girl gets his attention like, Michael, come to me. He coming down the steps, but the kid's head is still hanging out of the banister, and he's still moving and breathing. Michael Myers stops, looks at him, was like, yeah, I'm going to finish this. Snaps his neck, finishes him off. Michael Myers is petty. I didn't realize how petty he was until he did that exact moment. I was like, Michael Myers is a cold piece. And why he always got a jumpsuit on? Anyway, the town catches him. First of all, Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter is so annoying. She still wants to deny everything. After what she's been through in the last Halloween, you don't deny shit. You stick with the team. You believe anything is possible, and killing Michael Myers is first and foremost. Don't be denying and hiding shit from your daughter. Because they like, yo, let's finish Michael off. Wait, no, we'll let the police handle it. The police ain't handling the damn thing because it's Michael Myers. So the town goes, they surround Mike Myers, they beating him down, they shot him a couple times, they beat him down, and then they're like, yeah, we got him. We got him. We got him. We got him. Michael Myers gets back up, dismantles the whole crew. Anthony Michael Hall included. They all got to work. You know why? Because they didn't work the killer. They didn't finish him off. You finish off Michael Myers. If you shoot him down, you beat him down, he laying there, you tie him up, you handcuff him, you chain him up, you rope him up, you throw him in a truck, you take that truck to the crematorium, you throw Michael Myers in the cremation oven. That's what the fuck you do. That's what the hell you do to Michael Myers. Anything less is just dumb on your part. He wakes back up, takes out the town people. So now it's like Jamie Lee Curtis is just waiting on Michael Myers to come finish her off. The end. She's still alive. Another Halloween movie is coming soon. Now, the last duel with Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and what's his name? Adam Driver. It's based on a true story about 1300s England, where this queen accuses another cat that, you know, she was sexually assaulted by this cat. And so her husband challenges him to a duel. Like, yo, man, you violated me, you disrespected, you dishonored my woman. We got to have this duel. And this duel actually happened. So that's what this movie is about. This movie is it's intense, man. Like, when they show the rape scene, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Like, they show it, and they show it from 3 different angles. They don't show the rape from 3 different angles, but they show the actual act of it from 2 different angles. From Adam Driver's point of view and from the girl's point of view. And then you have it from Matt Damon's point of view, but since he wasn't there when it happened, we don't have to actually see the actual rape. But they show it twice. Everybody's fully dressed, there's no nudity, but it's rough to take in. You see a woman being violated against her will, that's hard to watch. They took it there twice, so you're just like, God damn, man. And you see how she reacts from that, from her POV, how Adam Driver saw it, and how Matt Damon took it. And it just pisses you off how men make rape about them. You know, she tells her husband, yo, he came over here, he raped me. And Matt Damon, his reaction is, How could he do this to me? He didn't do it to you, bro. Like you weren't bent over the bed in there taking the pumps. Don't make it about you. It's about her in this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that you feel dishonored as a husband, but you can't immediately go to me. And I was like, God damn. And mind you, this is 1300s England. That's probably it was men or nothing. The big part of this plot and why they felt it necessary to even bring this to the silver screen is that they were willing to put her life at risk to fight for this. Where she was like, yo, I'm sticking to my story. This dude raped me. It was like, if you're lying, we can burn you at the stake. You realize that, right? And she like, now in the movie, they was like, yo, I didn't know I could be burned at the stake. You didn't tell me this, Matt Damon. And Matt Damon was like, oh, I didn't tell you, my bad. So she didn't know that she was going to be at risk for getting burned at the stake for telling her truth. Now, mind you, had she had known, she might have kept her mouth shut, which is what other women were telling her, like, yo, just keep your mouth shut. And she's like, nah, man. But that's because she didn't know that the alternative, if I lose this case, is me getting burned at the stake. Luckily, the case is settled in a duel, so she was able to not get burned at the stake. And the final duel battle at the end was pretty intense and it was dope. Directed by Ridley Scott, who is one of the best in the game. And he's good at giving us a visual for this time period. He directed Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven. This is what he does. So the fight scene was brutal and dope, but it was heavy subject matter that I think should be addressed, but it's heavy though. But I give The Last Duel, like I said, 3 saxophones out of 5. It's just a tough watch. So if you're not in the mood for some heavy shit, don't watch The Last Duel. No Time to Die, the final James Bond, Daniel Craig is James Bond movie. No Time to Die, here's the thing about James Bond. He be hit and miss. Casino Royale, dope as hell. He's like, Daniel Craig is James Bond, let's get it. Quantum of Solace, everybody forgot about it. They just forgot. Skyfall, we back in business, baby. This is what I'm talking about. One of the best James Bond films ever. Dope, front to back. Spectre. All right, we back in the Quantum of Solace. We just like, all right, what just happened? Do we even care? The build-up of the Christoph Waltz character, we all know he's dope as hell. But as a Bond villain, it was just like, all right. The only thing that sticks out about Spectre is the fight he had with Dave Bautista in the train. After that, I don't remember anything. I keep going back to Snowfall when he got shot by Moneypenny on accident and he falls into the river down below. I was like, there's no way he would have survived that drop the way he dropped into that water. Skyfall was dope. Javier Bardem is a good... Anyway, Christoph Waltz is the villain in Spectre. They build him up as the guy behind the strings of the previous Bond movies because he's Blofeld. And Blofeld is an iconic Bond villain, but it was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of James Bond villains being weak physically. Can we get somebody that also has hands? Not just the big henchmen like Odd Job and the Dave Bautista character and Jaws. Can we get a Bond villain with the brains and the hands? So when James Bond finally confronts them on the one-on-one, we can get a nice, gritty knuckle up at the end. Like, I'm smart, but hey, I got these hands, James. And I feel like Rami Malek's character is more the same. The disfigured James Bond villain is, he's smart. He orchestrated a whole plan and this, that, and the third. So he comes up with this virus that's mechanically engineered that can target specific people rather than just have a virus that can take out a community or whatever. They can tailor make the virus to get you. Like I can carry it, give it to Cam behind the camera, and only Cam dies. So that's the virus he was able to get engineered. And his plan was to take out Blofeld. And his plan was to inject the girl that Bond was working with so he can then go interrogate Blofeld and then give him the virus. And then once you get the virus and you're the intended target, your death is horrible. Horrible death. And then James Bond has been off the grid since Spectre. So now they have a new 007 agent, which is played by old girl from Captain Marvel. And she was good, by the way. And she, she felt the way about James Bond trying to come back into the fold because she was very proud of her new position within the program to be the new 007. So now that Bond has resurfaced, she's kind of territorial about her position as the 007. So you got that whole back and forth between them, which is pretty interesting. But I was still just kind of like, all right, you know what I mean? Didn't care about the love interest angle. Now, apparently, James Bond might have a daughter, but it's like, I didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? I don't want James Bond to have kids. Sorry, I could be selfish. I just don't see him as wanting kids out here. And it was just, Daniel Craig was having a little fun with the role, but ultimately the action and the storyline, it was cool. It just didn't mean that much to me. And he was extra on not getting shot in this one. Like, no fear of getting shot. Nobody with any type of good aim. It was just like, there were no stakes in this one. Like, James Bond was just doing stuff. He not gonna get shot. He's not gonna do this. He's not gonna do. There were no stakes. The stakes were higher in Skyfall. He was vulnerable in Skyfall. You know what I'm saying? M was vulnerable in Skyfall. Here it's just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Cool, he gonna get out of this. But you're wondering, and like I said earlier, spoiler alert, you're wondering how they gonna send James Bond off. James Bond has the virus. So now, if he comes into contact with the girl who's also the mother of this child, which could be James, if they come around each other, she's gonna die. So now he's just like, I'm gonna just stay here on this island as it blows up. And that's what he did. So the missiles were coming in, he was just like, you mother, because that was the last move Rami Malek's character was able to do right before James Bond killed him with the scratch. And so James Bond had to stand there and take the missiles to the face. And he died. What? Yeah. They just killed James Bond? They killed James Bond in this one. Cam is like, what? Well, because are they ever going to do another? I don't know where we go from this moment on. There's no way he survived what was coming. They showed the missiles coming in and then the explosion. Theoretically, there's no way he could have got out of the way in time. Like with The Dark Knight Rises, it makes sense. Even that was a stretch. But this, nah, man. Nah. So no time to die. That was it. You know what I'm saying? I left the theater like, all right. Didn't suck, but it was just more of the Spectre Quantum of Solace Bond. Well, you just forget about it as soon as you leave. Finally, Let There Be Carnage. Trash. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Venom was so annoying. And when I say Venom, I'm talking about the symbiote. He was so annoying to Eddie Brock. He was messy. He was naggy. He was getting on my goddamn nerves from minute one in this film. He was cutting up. He was complaining. He was hungry. He wanted to eat people. He wanted chocolate. Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing that? Tom Hardy trying to keep it all together. Enough. Woody Harrelson felt like somebody playing a crazy person. We know Carnage is crazy. Cassidy is a crazy mofo. We know this. But I just felt like Woody Harrelson was being crazy. Because he was crazy. And I just felt like it didn't feel like natural born killers Woody Harrelson. It felt like kind of Woody Harrelson being a caricature of a crazy person. I still don't know how I feel about Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. I don't buy him as a loser. Eddie Brock is a loser. I don't buy Tom Hardy as a loser. You know what I'm saying? I can buy him as troubled, conflicted internally, but a straight up loser, I'm not buying it. And then that whole dynamic between him and the symbiote fighting, tearing up the apartment, my nerves were bad because they were tearing that apartment up. The dirt, the food, the trash. I was just like, and then Venom going to different people. I was just like, all right, man, what's happening here? And then them establishing Carnage, and he was in love with this girl, and like the girl's power was she had like a banshee type yell, so you already know that her yell can weaken the symbiotes, because we all know the symbiotes are sensitive to fire and sound. So it's just like, all right, we know this is coming. So the whole movie are these crazies wanting to get back together, and Eddie Brock wants the story of this crazy serial killer, and so that's how Carnage ends up getting the blood from Eddie Brock, which also has the symbiote organisms in there. So that's how he becomes Carnage. And then when he manifests into Carnage, when they're about to give him the lethal injection, all hell breaks loose and Carnage is on the loose. The movie is very light on action. It's very light on action because the majority of the movie is the brattiness between the symbiote and Eddie Brock. The symbiote wants to go out and party and do his own thing. So now he's getting on different people and draining them. He's at a party with a glow stick around his neck. I want to be free. I want to be me. And it's a costume party so he could be himself. And it was just like, man. And so by the time Carnage gets out, the conflict didn't even matter. The conflict didn't even matter. The final fight didn't even matter to me. It wasn't even exciting. I didn't care. And so here we are, not caring about Carnage and Venom. I'm sitting here not caring. This is comic book tone, man. I grew up on these cats. I'm sitting there not caring. They dropped the ball. I didn't care. But the post-credit scene, now we cooking. The post-credit scene is the best thing about this film. I don't even want to hear that y'all like Let There Be Carnage. Because I was surprised that you liked the first Venom. I didn't like the first Venom. But y'all was like, no, Venom was good. Yeah, Venom. Oh, yeah, no, it wasn't. And you know it wasn't. You just love Venom so much, you want to see more. So you kept watching it. You put the dollars into the box office to guarantee a sequel. You get the shitty sequel with the shitty Carnage. And now we're here. But the post-credits scene, Eddie Brock wakes up in the Spider-Man universe. He wakes up seeing the news broadcast that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So we just like, oh, heads explode. Best part of the whole film. We just had to wait 100 minutes to get to it. Carnage is short, but it is short on action. It is short on dopeness, and it was short on a good time. Let There Be Carnage did not do it for me. That's my recap review of the October releases that I had to get to. I'm back, man. The movie reviews are back. So yeah, y'all. Those are my reviews for those 4 films. Let me know what y'all thought of those 4 films. I want to know what you thought of each one. If you saw each one, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with my reviews? Again, Let There Be Carnage, 1.5 saxophones. The Last Duel, 3 saxophones. No Time to Die, 3 soft 3 saxophones. And Halloween Kills, 3 saxophones. And I give Halloween Kills 3 on the strength that I didn't expect much because it's just Michael Myers killing people. So the rest of the stuff, it was just funny that they was talking all that shit. Evil dies tonight. And E. Cole mopped their asses up, man. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.